what ritual is, it's our whole life. It's giving significance to all the meaningful things in our lives.
A ritual is a way of creating a mindset, a conscious act, a conscious significant act, developed to create a mindset, perhaps to open oneself to a religious experience, even a creative experience.
Because our society is changing so fast, the rituals that we use in our society are evolving with it. I don't feel we can reclaim societies that were relevant to past generations if our society has changed in a way that the reference that don't make those rituals fit anymore. So in some ways, we're looking at creating new rituals, although you can't sort of arbitrarily go out and do that. I think it makes you examine your life a little more carefully and value some of the traditions and the evolving things in your life a little more.
This is a garden goddess. She's 14 or 15 years old now and starting to show her age, but she's here to keep an eye on the plants and protect them. And I was interested in joining the group because a few years ago I had worked on a collaborative piece with 2 other tapestry weavers, and although I had some doubts about the results of our work, the process of working with the other 2 was very exciting. So this idea really appealed to me because it was a much bigger group and working over a longer time and in a different way.
I'm really interested in all aspects of symbolism in art. I'm interested in ritual as a way to open up to the unexpected, the mysterious and the spiritual. And that's what attracted me about this group.
I was interested in process, and I'm very interested in how groups come together and how they form. I had been working with tarot cards, and the whole process of going through rituals in order to understand more of, in a sense, more to focus on what it is I was trying to do, to be more balanced, to be more creative, and to just bring, well, it was basically just to bring a sense of balance into myself and to be more in tune with what was happening. And so I was very excited because of the way that this group was coming together, but also what the object of the work was to create something.
Rituals and Ritual Objects is made up of 17 women artists from all over the province. We have been meeting together for a year and a half now. We have met 5 times, each time for 3 days at a stretch. They've been very intensive sessions where we have discussed personal ritual. Each of those meetings has in fact ended up being quite different from each other, partly because of the number of people who were there, and partly because we, as the whole process evolved, had different issues that we had to deal with each time. The first session was mostly slides. The second session was a getting to know you session. The third session, we started dealing with the practicalities of the work, and the last session was almost entirely on the work. There have been a number of other smaller sort of one-day evening get-togethers just to keep people in touch so that we didn't feel isolated and that connection maintained throughout the year and in between the larger meetings. That process has entailed us becoming very close to one another and learning to trust one another and be open so that we can in fact talk about the insecurities we have, if not in our lives, then certainly within the art world and within our own work.
We have very much attempted to have this group work not in a hierarchical structure where we are all equals, coming together, putting a show together, sharing things without final curatorial decisions being made by anyone. So whatever I bring to the show will be accepted.
Joining a group of all women probably wasn't the most important aspect at the beginning. I didn't really know who was involved in the group, or even that it was all women. But it became more important as we moved from meeting to meeting, from issue to issue. It's important for me to have an idea of what's important to other women, how their activities, how their work affects how they think, how they react. And the discussions that we've had at these meetings have really helped me firm up a lot of my ideas and beliefs.
It's been really affirming to work with a group of women like this. It's been interesting watching the process of bonding going on. I've worked with groups of women, but never in such an intimate sort of situation as this has turned out to be. And it's wonderful. There's so much unspoken communication and understanding that I found really a positive experience.
Being with a group of women has opened up a whole new world for me, because I live in a male-dominated world. And seeing women's signs, what women are doing, what's happening all around me, that I've become very interested in what is going on, and I am definitely going to explore and get more involved with what other women are doing.
Usually artists work on their own. Myself, very much so. I'm here at the studio by myself day after day and working away. So it was an exercise in growth for sure, learning how to work cooperatively with other people. I think it will be important for people to see an all-women show. For one thing, it's going to be a very strong show, which may dispel a few myths about women and women's art. Also, it'll give women in smaller communities a chance to see that women can do it and say, if they can do it, then I can do it too.